Fuck me. We need tongue.
This is the Dude Loft Mountain Podcast with your hosts, Gabe, Tanner, and Tommy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Dude Loft Mountain. I'm your host, Gabe. As always, I'm joined with Tanner.
Howdy.
And Tommy.
What's up? Sorry.
Jeez. Well, how was your week?
It was good. I just came back home from a puppy party today.
Which
So
I'm very excited to hear about because this is right up my alley of spoiling my pet.
So a buddy of mine named Andrew has a little corgi dog, little pupper, named Elton. He just turned 1 today. And so we went to this place called the Brat House, and it's just like this open seating, like patio area. Like they got good beers, and they serve like, it's all like German, so they serve like a lot of German beers and bratwurst. And we planned a puppy party for Elton's birthday. So I brought my dog, a couple of friends. I brought Sheba. A couple of friends brought their dogs, and you have to pay $5 per dog, and they give you little party hats to put on your dog. And they also serve your dogs like a bratwurst for your dog, but it's like made of chicken and pork and whatnot. And so Sheba had a little puppy party today. It was great. It's a good time.
And so now when she falls, it's going to hurt.
Yeah. It was kind of sad though. There was another party. They weren't having a puppy party. It was just like some people celebrating a birthday or whatever.
You're right, that is sad.
Yeah. But it wasn't like a puppy birthday, so it's not as fun. But they were at the table behind us, and Sheba kept like pulling on her leash, and it was like an extendable leash. It was like 20 feet long. She kept like leaving our table to go hang out with them, and she would like sit underneath their table, was like hanging out with all of these like 60-year-old women who were celebrating somebody's birthday,
Trying really hard.
I know the whole time it's like, we came here for Elton's birthday. There's like 3 other dogs here. Come have some fun, and her back was to them the whole time.
But she's just an old lady. She
is
of
an
course,
old
went to
lady.
the old lady table.
that is true. She's like, I'm going to go to where I'm welcome and known.
She's so tender.
She's a golden
She's
girl.
so tender.
She is. She's so precious.
I want to do that for Storm, but I'm always wary of taking Storm inside anything. She's very calm and will be fine if I like walk her and everything. But I don't know. She's a big dog, and she thinks that she's a small dog.
There were some hyper dogs there, also big ones too. But it's a cool place. Even if you're just gonna go have food and like drinks, like it's a very dog friendly place, so it's good to bring your dogs too. But if you just like want a bratwurst and a beer, it's pretty dope.
And a beer.
Yeah, It's got kind of getting too hot for that now though.
Yeah.
It was like the perfect weekend for it.
Yeah, this is probably the last like cool weekend we're gonna have.
Yeah. Well, next weekend is supposed to be like 102 something. I don't know.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
In other news,
Yeah,
updates.
Tommy, how was rape day?
For you personally.
I was fine because I'm a 6'4", 350-pound man.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
I'm not anyone's target audience on that one. I hope it was a massive failure. No,
Go to a gay club, call Fairy Tale. You're on everyone's target.
Oh, but I like that anime. Why'd they got to do that to me? No, I just saw some posts on Reddit, which are, not verified, obviously, and stuff like that, about teenagers saying some, groping and stuff was happening at their school because of that stupid rape day thing.
Yeah.
And I would that was my fear. I was like, my fear wasn't that we were going to have like mass rapings in the streets or anything like that. It was that some people weren't going to get the fucking joke.
Yeah.
Like they weren't going to catch on that it was obviously not supposed to be
Not real.
Yeah. Which it wasn't even a joke. It's just
Yeah.
like, hey.
Well, I mean, like, I know last week when we talked about it, it had popped up on my feed and was like somewhat of a semi-serious thing. And then afterwards, I didn't hear anything about it, which I guess is good.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing bad really happened as far as I know. So that's positive.
Crisis averted.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Maybe I'm just ignorant and not looking at the news or whatever, but I think it was okay.
Yeah. I do feel very out of the loop because this is like the 5th topic that someone has brought up like within this last week. Where I was like, no idea, not even a clue.
Oh,
like,
yeah, because
completely out of the loop.
me and you were talking about spoons, and you were very confused about those earlier. That's right.
Have you never used a spoon before?
Yeah, no, he's just very confused about spoons. Just, Gabe, apparently he's never used a spoon.
You've never used a spoon.
Yeah, like to eat.
Is this like a racist thing where I can only use tortillas?
No, it's just bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Just spewing
Just
pure
'cause
bullshit.
I'm old and spoons weren't
I thought you were
invented.
serious for a second. I was very
Yeah, I was like,
confused.
spoons. What
Read
is spoons?
cereal.
It's just spoons.
I was like, is that a sex thing? What is happening? Wait. No, that's not a sex thing. It's
I mean, I feel
a
like
cuddle
yeah,
thing.
spooning.
Yeah,
Spooning.
spooning. It's a cuddle
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So
But did you just have a stroke?
yeah,
You good?
My whole mind just went out. I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
Fucking say something, podcast man.
I was gonna talk about something and I totally forgot.
Hey, let's talk about how fucking good I am at Rocket League.
Well, we were we were actually
actually-
talking about this earlier, Gabe and I, in the kitchen today.
Oh, okay. So this is why my Alexa kept popping off at the same time.
Well, no, I mean you were talking about how you said Spitz, your younger brother, has to like carry his friend group in Rocket League
Yeah,
because they're all trash.
fucking awful.
Yeah, and then you were like, I wonder who does that for us, and I was like, it's very obviously me.
Yeah.
In the one time we've played, but
Yeah.
In the one time we played, it was very obviously Tanner. Yeah, for sure.
But in my defense, I had forgotten how to play this game to the point where like
you didn't know the trigger was
I
gas.
didn't know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know what to push for gas. I pushed X, A, and what's the other?
That's
B?
so weird
Yeah.
to me because I feel like anyone's first like response would be to try the trigger.
Not if you were raised on Nintendo.
Yeah, but if you're old like me, it's A, which is in the spot where you guys put B. Yeah, for Xbox. And then I'm so used to PlayStation and Nintendo that my friend would
like the
use-
original PlayStation. Or?
Yeah, like the first one.
Old man.
Yeah,
Dusty.
Dusty.
that when my friend was trying to get me to play zombies with him on Xbox, he would only give me instructions with PlayStation.
Yeah.
He would say X, triangle, square, circle, and I would just do it because I knew where those buttons were.
I don't know if I could ever like convert to PlayStation because my brain is so wired for the Xbox controller.
See, I started on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Well, I started on Nintendo. I got my PS2 when I was like 10 or 11.
Mhm.
And I was a pure PlayStation kid until I got my Xbox at like 14,
Mhm.
my Xbox 360. So I had to do the switch.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was already massively aware that like the Xbox 360 was a superior controller and everything
Yeah.
just based off feel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I at least like wanted to do it. But
Yeah, I like the ergonomics of the Xbox controllers. There's kind of
really-
like a debate between like Xbox over PlayStation controllers. Like
For-
people are always like very triggered about that.
yeah, well, because for some people, it's one of those things where it's like it's up to a personal feel,
Yeah.
but everyone wants to argue about it. It's like, look, some people when they grab a controller, they want their thumbs to naturally fall right next to each other. Some people when
I
they
never
play,
even thought about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Do you want your thumbs to fall together right next to each other,
Yeah.
or do you want them to kind of sit more relaxed and offset and up?
Yeah. For me, it's not where the joysticks are. It's like the grip part that you're holding on to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the PlayStation controller looks very like manufactured and like cylindrical.
Have
It
you
doesn't,
ever held the PS4 controller?
back in like 2007 when I went to my dentist office and they had a PlayStation 2 in the lobby room and all you could play was some weird Digimon game.
But what about a PS4?
Nah.
Controller. No.
No.
See, the PS4 controllers fixed a lot of the issues I had with
Yeah.
the PS2 controller. I was fine with, but once I held an Xbox One, I was like, "This is way better for my big fucking man hands."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I think-
so. I felt the same way because I was totally used to PlayStation, and then I held an Xbox, and I was like, "This is just more comfortable.
It feels better.
It feels better."
I
And
buy an
don't
Xbox
care-
version of controller for every system I have.
Yeah. What feels the best though is like the Wiimotes.
Which ones?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like those are the worst. I hate,
just a straight up block.
Well,
You're just holding a brick.
even worse is if you play Switch. I played Switch with a couple of friends a bunch of times where they would do the thing where they, each person gets one side of the Switch remote.
Oh yeah, the little Joy-Cons.
Yeah, and that's just your remote.
Yeah.
A lot like the Wiimotes were and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Oh my god, it's fucking awful
Yeah.
to try to use because there's no triggers.
it's so
all
tiny.
fucking-
It's so small.
yeah, I much prefer having a controller with it.
Yeah, I used to whoop Spitz's ass at Smash Bros all the time with like GameCube controllers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we switched over to the original Wii with the nunchucks, where they were like spread apart, and it was like that was totally fine because the buttons were essentially in the same positions, and it was I can do it as wide as I wanted to. The new ones with the tiny ones, he beats me every single time.
Yeah,
every time because it's a tiny remote, and I hate it.
The GameCube controller, that was like the GameCube was like my first that was like my first next gen experience to me, because we started out on a Super Nintendo and a 64, and I hadn't lived to experience like the release of that. Like I at least wasn't old enough to recognize the release of that or anything. Mm-hmm. But that's what we had. And then we came down for Christmas one morning, and there was a GameCube, and I was like, they make different ones. I was like, what is this? But that has to be one of the most important controllers in video game history, and one of the dumbest fucking controllers in video game history.
I mean, like a lot of people that like swear by Nintendo still go out of their way to buy like the wired, wired GameCube.
I'm one of those
controllers.
people.
Yeah,
I enjoy the GameCube controller, but it is so fucking dumb looking with its giant A button, small beaten, the two Y and X buttons, and then
that like small little Joy-Con or joystick,
the C button.
The C stick, but then they had the little purple Z button in the top right corner.
Yeah.
But the most important part was it had triggers.
Yeah.
They didn't work like regular triggers, and it was kind of annoying if you had a game where you had to press it a bunch of times over and over. But that 100% was one of the reasons that like we got good triggers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I gotta hand it to the GameCube controller. But man, I played a lot. I put a lot of hours into GameCube.
A GameCube was my first video game.
Okay.
Yeah. But growing up, my mom was like very against video games, especially when I was younger. But I would like go to my best friend's house and play his GameCube with him, and we would play like GoldenEye or something. I don't remember. And that was my first experience ever with video games.
I think they re-released GoldenEye on like everything.
Yeah,
so far.
True. Yeah, and then like I begged for a GameCube or like an Xbox after that, and it would never come. And then when the Wii came out, and mom was like, "Oh, it's activity."
Yeah.
Then I got my first console, the Wii.
I fucking loved the Wii. I loved it so much.
It was kind of buns. It was not good.
Yeah,
I loved it.
The Wii is...
it's fun for about 2 days.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
I did enjoy... You know, it's a game that I could play every fucking day and just be content every fucking day.
Monkey Balls.
No, Wii fucking Sports.
Yeah, no, Wii Sports is good. And then Wii Sports Resort, like how they added to it was good stuff. Yeah.
I fucking loved the Wii. And my family, we are very like inclusive with everything. Mm-hmm. So the Wii was in the living room, and we would all do dance Wii, all of us, for like hours.
Oh yeah.
We would do bowling. That's the only time I fucking liked bowling. Tennis, all of them. Like we would do it for forever, and I fucking love the Wii. I love the Wii so much. God, I love the Wii.
I went to my girlfriend.
Yeah, we know you love the Wii. You got a boyfriend, dude. Anyway,
I went to my girlfriend's family's house yesterday because her uncle and his fiance came over to hang out, and they brought their Wii like board, the balance board.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that? Did you ever mess with that?
The Wii Fit board?
Yeah. And we like spent an hour setting up everyone's profile, and then we went on and played like the Wii Fit Plus games. And there's like a taekwondo. It's just like the dance, like Just Dance or whatever. You have to like do the motions and whatnot to get points. And everyone did that, and then like played some kind of wipeout game, and it was tense. Like we were yelling at people, like you're doing it wrong. You're not balanced.
I told
this kind of shit. It tore the family apart.
I told Gabe, or maybe it was you. I don't remember who it was. I might have been drunk at the time. Where Nintendo, everyone thinks Nintendo is staying kind of behind in like graphics and stuff like that. I was like, Nintendo's not selling that. They're selling the fact that, look, all of our devices can connect really easily. They can all set up really easily. You can be playing with your friends in minutes. And then, because like think about when we played Mario Party. Like
it did take a little bit to get that set up, actually.
Yeah, but
only because
we couldn't figure out the like menu interface or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that menu was just ass. But the point is it's really easy to just go, yep, here's a remote. Let's play.
Yeah.
Instead of having to be like, well, do you have a controller? Okay, go press the button, and then you gotta hold this and do this and do that.
Yeah, they're more or less like engineering, which makes like Nintendo above other consoles in different like categories.
They're the oldest, aren't they?
I don't know.
The oldest game system?
I don't know about that.
Technically, they're the oldest company
that still makes because like the Atari was first, but doesn't make video
Well, yeah.
games anymore.
Well, no, but Nintendo started in like the late 1800s as like a card company, like a playing card company, if I remember correctly.
Really?
Oh,
So technically, they're the oldest gaming company. But as far as systems go,
like
everyone
consoles.
says Atari, but I think there was one right before it. And I'm not from that era, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even from that era.
And you're fucking
I'm
old.
old. Yeah.
I really want to play that 1-2 Switch game. That looks like fun.
1, 2, 3.
It's where you
The one
face
that we
each other.
tried to play, but you didn't have the disc.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spitz and I get real pissed at each other about that game.
Yeah.
So on the subject of Nintendo, I have a question I've been ruminating in my head about for the past, 62 years.
This will be fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. What company, if a corporation, a big famous like corporation were to take over the world, just like come out, suddenly have a private military, they take over the world, which one, and you had to pick one.
GoDaddy.
You had to pick one. Which one would you be okay with that happening?
Okay with that?
Like, yeah,
happening?
would you be like, you know what? If it's gonna happen, I'm glad it was them that did it.
I thought you were going to take this as like,
company?
which company would it be? No, which one would you be
Oh
okay
no,
with?
because I mean, we can go all day on that one.
Which one would I be okay with? Huh. I don't know. That's tough. I don't
I
trust a lot
think-
of companies. If I'm being
Yeah, I don't
honest
trust
with
a whole
you.
lot. I would probably pick like 4Ocean, the like ocean preserve company.
We're talking big corporations.
REI.
REI, the fuck.
They do a good job. I mean, it'd
What's
be a peaceful
REI?
world. The like outdoors like sports store. You don't know?
Mm-mm.
You don't know what? Have you?
really
You've
don't
never
know
been
what
in an
REI is?
REI?
It's honestly, I only know about
They're
it because
crazy overpriced.
I'm friends
but
with so many
good- great
hikers
stores.
and campers and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
That's the only reason I know about it. If I didn't have that many friends who were constantly going
Is
there
it-
and spending shit tons of money,
Is it like a brand that like Cabalas and Bass Pro Shops sell, or is it that type
no,
of
it's
company?
you go
on
to
its
an
own?
REI store and
Yeah.
they have REI
Oh.
products there and stuff.
Yeah, well, they have like their own products, I think, but they're selling
Yeah.
stuff like like North Face or like
I've never.
Why is North Face the only brand I can think of right now?
I can see the letters in my head, like I've seen their branding somewhere.
Yeah.
But no, I just didn't know.
Oh,
Okay, so
I
it's-
love their stores, especially when they have the garage sales. Like that's the time to go.
So Tanner says REI.
That was a joke answer,
Okay, so
but I'll continue to
ruminate.
think. Yeah,
Gabe.
A big-
Gabe.
a big
Gabe,
corp-
I'm 13 now.
A big corporation. I don't know. I fucking hate everything.
mm-hmm.
I hate everybody. I hate Amazon. I
but
hate.
I'm not saying pick your favorite. I'm
You're
saying
saying which-
pick the one that you were like, all right.
That's fine.
If it happened, I'm glad it was you guys.
Yeah.
That it happened with.
A big corporation? I don't even know corporations like who's the biggest.
You think
Like,
we're talking like McDonald's, State Farm, banks, Chase, Wells Fargo, stuff like
Yeah.
that. These big corporations.
I think
Think entertainment corporations because you know what mine would be.
Disneyland.
Disney.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I was thinking the Catholic Church
no,
would be a good one.
no.
I'll tell you what, when they start paying taxes, then we can call them a corporation.
Subway.
They're the biggest.
They also produced one of the worst pedophiles in recent media.
Yeah,
history.
but I mean that was just like their spokesperson. They're not a bad company.
I don't know. They're pretty.
Okay, hang on.
They got in
what
trouble
you
because
just said is going to be analyzed in PR classes across the county.
Yeah,
Just,
I mean,
it was
they're-
just their spokesperson. It doesn't mean the company's
it's not
bad.
their fault. They hired a pedophile.
But but it is because that's the point of a spokesperson is to be a public face of the company.
do your vetting. But they also got in trouble because they convinced everyone that their bread is like wheat bread and all this other stuff, and it was all just sweet rolls that were flavored.
That's not true.
It is true.
That's true.
Google it.
No.
Yeah.
I love Subway.
Yeah, they got in trouble because they were telling everyone you can eat this loaf of bread and it's healthy for you, but it's just sweet rolls that you're eating.
Wait,
I don't
but they had
believe
to
you.
stop then, right? Like it's
Yeah.
different now. Okay.
Oh, probably. Or they have to like advertise it as such.
yeah.
But like they also have flatbread and like pita bread and other shit now. But yeah, no, they got in trouble because it was sweet rolls.
That reminded me, I don't know why, I think it's just a style of serving at Subway. The night marijuana went legal in Arizona, me and a couple friends, who was it? I don't even remember who it was, but we went not the night. It was a week later. Sorry. We went to Coldstone Creamery to get some ice cream, and we show up. There's no one waiting in line yet, and there's no one at the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like waiting there. We're like, is anyone going to show up or something? Like, what's going on? And about 5 minutes later, 3 teenage dudes come stumbling out of the back area. And like everyone's just like, oh, cool, they're here. And I'm like, immediately, I'm like, you guys are fucked up. I'm like, you guys are fucked up, because they like walk up and they're like, hi, what would you like to have? And they're like, is that vanilla? And I'm like, yeah. and they're just like, okay. And like they're at one point they were all standing in one line up against each other, tossing ice cream,
Their salads?
Yeah, tossing their salads. No, doing the whole ice cream bit, and they're all just like Beavis and Butthead laughing at each other. And everyone, no one's picked up on this. I'm like, do you realize they're fucked up? Mm-hmm. And then everyone was like, oh my God, because then they're watching them, and they're watching like the guy for like my milkshake take the milk out of the fridge and like look at it, and then look at the canister like, how much? Like, how much milk? But it's just fucking great. I love that shit so fucking much. But
I was hoping this was going to be a...
Wait, so is that your answer to the question?
Disney.
Oh, Disney's your answer. Okay.
What did you think my answer was? Coldstone?
Well, I thought that's where you were going.
Fuck, man.
But
you give me
Disney
a free
makes
cake and shake every day as my universal basic income. I don't know.
I think Dutch Bros would be a good one.
Kill your...
No, because I mean,
Dutch
like,
Bros.
they would have no power. Like the whole army is just going to be like people in their 20s that their only skill is like talking off your ears, like
with niceness.
Yeah, they have no other tangible skills.
A lot of religions.
See, that's how you get people.
A lot of religions have become very prominent because of the niceness to death.
I don't fall for it.
Oh, neither do I. I still slam my door in their face.
That's like what makes me want to like if everyone talked like a fucking Dutch Bros window person,
you'd never leave the house.
You would never leave the house, and I would walk around with a 2x4 around my neck and my hands up so I could just fucking just hit people. I could just hit everyone. Like,
that's a good point. I went to Dutch Bros the other day, the drive-through, and the guy that took my order was wearing an NF hat. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, it's like, I like your hat. And it just turned into like a 5-minute conversation. He didn't take anybody's orders behind me. And it was like packed up behind me. And we were just talking about NF, and like I've seen him in concert a couple times. We talked about that. And he was like, oh, I wish I'd seen him in concert. We were talking about like how he's going to put out new music soon. Dude did not stop talking about it.
Yeah. See, and I'm always just like, you have other stuff. If we don't have to speak, it's
fine.
I
know. But like, I feel like they could just talk about like anything.
Yeah, they're
for minutes.
They're fucking whatever their training is.
My friend Robert, he knows how much I fucking hate him. So on the rare occasion that we go there, and I'm in an unfortunate, actually no, it's either seat. I can be driving or in the passenger seat. The minute they're like, "So what are you up to this week?" and he's like, staying home, doing nothing," and they're just like, "Oh." And I'm like, oh, I can't handle this. I can't handle what you're doing. And they're just always like, got any plans for the week? And they're just like, staying home, doing nothing. Just like cutting them off.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's like, I can't do this.
See, there's something like off about Dutch Bros employees. Like when they try to carry a conversation, like it feels weird. But the other day, like I went to Lowe's to pick up something for the house, and this dude was like asking me what I needed, and it just naturally turned into a conversation of like the projects I've been doing, and like like when did you buy your house and that kind of stuff. It was like a genuine conversation versus Dutch Bros. It's like this little like 20-year-old
they're doing it
wants
because
to
they're
like
told
earn a tip
to do it.
Yeah.
And they're told probably in their training, if you do, you get more money, like they'll most likely tip you, blah, 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 blah. But like, you
also
have
fuck
to...
how they ask for tips.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
They ask for tips?
Well, they like rotate the little tablet, and it's like, don't feel obligated, but here, like, would you like to choose to tip? And it goes from 15 to 20 to 25%.
Yes.
And it's like, I'll pick the smallest one, please. And it's still a 15% tip, which in my opinion is like way too much for like a drive-through coffee place.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And then I don't want to feel like an asshole and say like, no, I'm not going to tip. And that's why they intentionally ask you. because
Yeah.
it's like a little thing, but
So-
if you want a tip,
Do you want to know what I do? So I usually just
tell me
say-
how to get out of it.
So I usually just do.
Gabe just looks at it and goes, my pee-pee's hard. And they're like, okay, thank you.
So usually I just do 15. If they do, like, if there's a big order and I have to like tell them I'm sorry a couple times, then I do 20 because I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
you're a service person. I don't give a shit. You're standing in 120-degree weather. When it's hotter, I'm nicer because I don't want to be out there wearing an ice pack.
Just get a different job.
Ooh.
Anyway, what the fuck was I going with this?
How do
Oh,
I
yes.
get out
Just
of
the liberal
giving
anger?
tips?
Yeah.
So, it rises.
So you just tell them, oh, I have cash, and they click no tip, and then when you go to the drive-through, now they'll accept cash because COVID is not so
Oh, so
hot.
you have to give cash like at the window?
There's a box to give cash. They will not take cash.
So I just have to lie.
Yes.
I don't feel great about that either, though.
Then fucking give them money
There's no easy way out of it.
The fucking okay. Look, if you ever want to know,
or give them $1 or
I
just
ha-
put the
I'll
change.
just turn into an asshole. They'll ask
Yeah,
me, would you
it's
like to
fine.
give a tip? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated Dutch Brothers
Just say not today
before I ever even.
I like that. Not today.
because then it seems like you do it
You'll
somehow.
come
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not today's good.
Yeah. I do like that.
I hated Dutch Brothers before I ever even saw one of the coffee shops. And it was because when I was like 16, 17, me and my friend watched an Undercover Boss episode
Was
Which-
it with Dutch Bros?
with the Dutch Bros guy.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
And it's fucking hilarious. But he is a 50-year-old like graying man
Yeah.
who still talks like a surfer dude. And so they go down.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, so they go down to like fucking Bolivia, wherever the fuck it is, where they get their coffee beans from, to like the farm.
Mhm.
And he's like, they're like, yes, hi, this is Pedro. He's your head. He's your like head, like, field person, or whatever. And he's like, whoa, Pedro, dude, the things you're doing around here, man, bro. Whoa. And like one of the employees at a Dutch Bros franchise tells her, she's like, I think she's like 20 at the time. And he's like, what are your life goals? And she's like, I want to own my own Dutch Brothers franchise by the time I'm 23. And he's like, whoa. I'm like, I hate you, sir. I was like,
Which is funny because he seems very like beach bummy, very Lebowski-esque,
Yeah.
I would say.
Well, Dutch Bros
And
is
you hate
is like a West Coast thing, right?
yeah, it's very.
well, no, yeah. But beach bummy, because like I'm a card holding dudist.
Yes,
So I'm never going to talk down the dude.
yes.
But there is a fine line from like lovable beach bum to just annoying fuck. Like when you're a 50-year-old dude wearing a flat billed cap, like in a fucking Peruvian jungle or wherever it is, and you're looking at a dude who's like, Pedro, bro, I'm gonna send you on vacation for like 3 days, bro. It's like,
No, I can
get
see
your
why
shit together.
I could see.
You old man.
It pisses me off. It's like, look, there is a time to party. There is a time to have fun. There's a time to be cool.
You're
and laid
past
back.
that.
Yeah. There's a way to transition that as you age into just like cool grandpa.
I think I found the company that I would be okay if they took over the world. Also,
what is it?
We've said a lot of company names. Are we gonna get in trouble?
I have more names.
No.
I'm ready.
Okay. Quick Trip.
IKEA.
Quick Trip or QT, like whatever you want to call them. And here's why. They go through extensive training to like understand that these two men who created this convenience store, actually back then it was a grocery store that was just on the corner.
No, interesting.
And they made it, they've evolved several times to convenience store, to gas station, to convenience store / restaurant, drinks, like
Brothel.
they changed with the times and they're prepared. So like right now, like they have a slogan where when you go to their company, they explain it takes this many years for a company to be good at something. And it takes this many years after that for a company to be known for that. So we are starting like you know how they all have kitchens now? They make
Yeah.
pizzas and stuff.
Yeah.
They're starting it now because one day they will have bigger kitchens and more variety
Well,
and stuff. They're very okay with change, and companies I've worked for a lot of companies, and that's their downfall, is that they don't want to change.
QT, though,
it's like, who moved my cheese? I told you about this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like...
QT's always looking for, like, gas will eventually become something that's
obsolete.
Yeah. So they're a gas
Not
station.
anytime soon, though.
Not anytime soon. So everyone who's ahead up, which everyone who is like their executives, they have to rotate quarterly to be in the store, no matter what position you are.
Yeah.
So the CEO, except for the CEO, but the rest of them, they will all spend 3 of the quarters of the year in their normal job, and then one of those quarters they will have to transition to be a store manager and like observe the entire store and make sure that it's running.
Yeah. Well, QT has always been like QT had kitchens first, and then Circle K had kitchens, and then all these other places had kitchens, and it's like they're always the ones that are like
They're always looking for
what do we need to offer people?
what's next for our business.
What bugs me about QT though is that they don't have any kind of like rewards program.
Yeah.
Like the only reason I exclusively go to Circle K is because I shop at Fry's and I get rewards points. I get like 20 cents off a gallon
That
like
is true.
every other week.
Yeah.
And QT doesn't do anything like that. Also, I disagree with your answer. Gas stations make me uncomfortable for that reason alone. I don't want that.
Yeah, I was just talking gas stations. No, they're creepy, but
I don't like any of them.
QT,
none of them make me feel good, except for Maverick. You guys ever been to a Maverick?
Dude,
gas
Mavericks
station?
are the fucking
Yeah.
dopest. Especially when you get up towards like the Pine Top area and stuff. Oh, I love them.
QT, I like their business model. Like only one of the 2 original owners are alive now, and he still is completely retired, but he still like just gets updates and stuff like that. And his whole thing is he's like, my biggest fear is when I die, the company will stop changing. This company was just
It's Walt Disney's nightmare that's coming true.
Yeah. He's like, I want it to continue to evolve. He's like, even if it's something that's completely different than how I started, I want it to keep changing with the times as it changes.
Yeah.
He's like, I've changed everything about my company ever since I started it. He's like, oh my God, I think they were an ice like company first. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure they were just there to sell ice.
Huh.
And then he's like, and then the refrigerator came, or like the ice boxes. So people had their own fucking ice. So then we had to keep, like, they just kept doing it. So that business model put on like global, I think I'd be relatively okay with it.
Yeah.
Although, like Tanner said, I trust no one. So I'd still find ways to fucking hate them.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
that's the point. It's like
Yeah.
you still fucking hate them, but which one are you most comfortable with?
Yeah.
And I think,
But I mean,
I'd
like,
be okay with it.
Like, look at any tech company though. Their whole like motto is embracing change.
Yeah,
like,
but I
any
hate
tech
Apple.
company. Yeah.
I hate Apple.
Well, no, see, I really like Apple because Apple they're a bougie company.
Yeah.
Like if you have Apple, like I have fucking an Apple Watch, I have an iPhone, I have an iPad, I have a AirPods and shit. Like I have all that stuff, and it's fucking expensive. It's overpriced. Everyone knows that. But you're paying more for the experience of using an Apple product because they're extremely refined in what they do. But I enjoy Apple because they're the only tech company I've seen out of like the big cell phone tech companies and stuff that actively have at least shown they give a shit about your privacy. Like Google does not give a singular fuck.
I hate Google too.
Yeah, and I hate Google way more than Apple. And Apple, like, if they are doing anything, it's way backdoorish and shit.
Yeah.
But they have so many options in their settings where you can, like, no, I don't want this app to, like, I don't want this to be able to do that. And it actually does it. It actually stops it, and they'll kick people off the store for, causing problems. Like, they did it to Facebook or something. They were threatening to do it. But
yeah, I do.
Well,
I'm constantly asked, even when the app tells me, do you want this? Apple's notification comes on. It's like, are you sure?
Yeah. Well, so even though Apple takes privacy very seriously, they're also kind of like controlling and monopolistic.
This is very true.
Which I don't like. Because did you hear about the whole like Fortnite thing on the Apple like game store or whatever it's called?
Yeah, when it was a big deal.
Yeah, because like Apple takes a huge cut out of every single sale that happens on the App Store, and then even like in-game currencies or like in-app purchases, like they take a huge cut of that sale, and it's like ridiculous. So Fortnite like went out of its way to, because what does Fortnite sell, like Fortnite bucks or something like that?
The V-Bucks.
V-Bucks.
It is,
Yeah. So like they were like, we're gonna do this sale like on our own platform and kind of like get around like the 20% chunk that Apple takes out of every single purchase. And Apple just took them off their platform, and like, fuck, Apple owns like 70% of like the whole cell phone marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of those weird
And
things.
so that just kills a company. Like that's the amount of power they have is that's crazy.
The thing is though, is it would kill a smaller company.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I start taking like I'm like, okay, so look at it from both sides. Number one, these are two big tech dicks swinging at each other, trying to point fingers, say this company's worse than this one. Then on top of that, it's like Apple has a contract that they signed.
Yeah, no, and I see both sides, but I mean, just like I don't know.
No, yeah, it's weird. But that's why I feel Apple would do good if they controlled the entire world.
Yeah,
because there wouldn't be anybody else. It would just all be what Apple wants.
Yeah,
which. Once again, there wasn't that. They're not my company to pick because tech companies just skeeve me out in general. But they're at least out of the tech bubble. I would trust them a lot more.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'm just like thinking from like an economic standpoint. I think free markets are a really cool thing.
Oh yeah.
But like the App Store, it's obviously like what they did with Fortnite goes against free market. Or if you think of YouTube and how they like govern ad revenues and stuff, like there's no substitute for the Apple App Store, or there's no substitute for YouTube. Yeah. So if you don't fit their constraints, you're shit out of luck. Like there's no alternative.
There was other companies that were trying to be YouTube or like.
Well, yeah, there's like
YouTube
Daily
adjacent.
Motion or like Vimeo, but the volume's not there.
Exactly. Yeah. And tons of YouTubers were like, hey, I'm still going to be doing YouTube videos, but please go here because I'm going to eventually stop.
Go support me
and
somewhere else.
Go support me in these places because they support me. And like, they let me have more say, more this, more that. Yeah. And people did, but not at the volume of YouTube.
Yeah. So think what you want about Ben Shapiro, but I like what he's doing with his company.
What is he doing?
Because he has like his own thing, like his own subscription service, his own like newsletter, his own like articles and whatnot. And you go like subscribe to his shit instead of like following him on YouTube or following him on Twitter, because YouTube and Twitters are their own companies and they can censor whatever the hell they want. Mm-hmm. And so like he goes and makes his own money on the side, and he's like starting his own like film company. And he's brought on, what's the chick's name from Mandalorian who like recently got
Gina Carano?
Yeah, like she's a big part of his company now, and they're like getting into the entertainment stuff, which is like what other people on YouTube wanted to do when YouTube like shut down their ad revenue for being, maybe not like as family friendly as they wanted to.
Even Rooster Teeth, the big
Rooster Teeth is a good example too.
The big media company, they are said from day one, because I used to be a huge fan of them. From day one, they always said that you needed to have you needed to not use YouTube as your main business model.
Yeah.
Have a website. Have a place where you can put your videos.
Yeah.
You can direct people to that website for videos that maybe wouldn't pass YouTube guidelines and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, you can point at YouTube and go, you're an asshole you want, but it's their website. Like it's Google's website.
It's their
like,
company.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of the free market. But whenever you let some antitrust laws fall to the wayside and stuff, and let companies like Disney start buying up a ton of movie studios and stuff like that, it starts getting a little
dicey.
Yeah.
Which is why I always loved the no monopolies rule. But I don't think my understanding of that rule from when I learned about it in school.
It's a very non-capitalist rule.
Well, but like even then, the laws that are in place for that kind of stuff, it's like there's no like line in the sand. Like there's so many gray areas
there's
that
no definite,
are exploited.
Like, hey, you're fucking this up.
Yeah.
So now you have to blank, blank, blank.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just you have to prove that we're doing it. Like, yeah, we bought these companies, but are we the monopoly? Like, we're just doing
other people could have bought them.
Yeah. And it irritates the shit out of me because I'm like, but you're a fucking monopoly. You're the only one that's doing it.
I mean, there are things in place, at least for buying other companies, like especially big companies. Like Disney had to go through actual lawful proceedings.
Yeah.
With I think it's the FCC.
Yeah,
They had to
and
go,
like same with like the T-Mobile AT&T
T-Mobile
buyout
Sprint.
Yeah,
that whole merger. Same thing. They had to
Yeah.
go through a full lawful process. The question is like, because our government is so corrupted right now, there's a lot of lobbying, a lot of money being thrown around under the table and stuff. It's like, are these judges just not getting paid off by one of these, like the buying company? Like these companies have billions of dollars at their disposal.
So I'm trying to Google it, but so in Kansas,
Ironic.
there's nothing there, fucking nothing, and there's
This one, Arkansas.
I think it's Dick's Sporting Goods. There's the only sporting goods store there.
I just put a T-shirt that says, I think it's Dick's.
I think it's Dick's. There's nothing in Kansas, but I think it's Dick's.
I think it's
That's
Dick's,
all
bro.
Kansas
Did you
has.
hear about Kansas? It's so Dick's.
Dick's, yeah. But
No Big Five?
while I was there, no.
Oh.
And it could be Big Five. Like, I don't know what the fucking company is.
Dick's is way bigger, I think.
Yeah.
All I know is that.
Sorry.
All I know is that.
Wish I've heard that before.
While I was there, they built an Academy Sports. And one of the old lady servers that were there was like, oh, yeah, there's like this big thing where because Dick's is the only sporting goods store, it's for this capital
Yeah.
and for all the surrounding cities around it. That Academy got a huge like chunk of money or I don't know, rewards or something to build to create competition.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool because, monopolies, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
No, competition is like encouraged.
Yeah, and it's so good for companies. It's weird. Like,
Well, it's more good for like the community and the consumers. But
well, no, yeah, it's not an A1 plan for companies, but if
Yeah.
you, as a company, like think about those old like PC Mac commercials. Like if you can create a little feud between two companies and drive that competition up, you're gonna drive. Then it becomes a war of marketing.
Yep.
And marketing 100% affects people. It's literally just propaganda that they change the name of.
Yep.
And you take that, and it's like, so there is an important competition has a very important place in the world economy and things like that.
It is sink or swim. Like you have to now think of ways to get people to love you more than this other company that gives the same thing that you do. So how am I supposed to be different? It encourages you to change and it challenges you to be better.
And it provides an option. So like if Google comes out and we find out they're one of the world's biggest traffickers of like kid porn or something like that, right? Everyone now is like, oh, okay. And I cut ties with all Google products and move to Apple.
Go use
or
Bing.
move to this. Yeah, or move to that. And it gives people the option. But you know what came up in my mind? You know what? Sports store I always loved going into and couldn't afford jack shit in there.
Cabalas.
REI.
No. You ever been to a Sports Authority?
Yeah. Yes. They're not much different though.
It's just like a bougie Dick's.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I never really paid attention to the price tags.
It's very like
They're
laid out like this is a nice place.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
There used to be one inside the Arizona Mills Mall.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was there anymore. I think it was replaced by the Home Goods store, like Home. Is it called Home Goods or
At
just
Home?
It's Home
Yeah,
Goods.
At Home.
Or,
That's gone now too.
Yeah, and now it's gone. It is just an empty, big ass part of the mall that's not there.
I went to go there one day and it was like during the pandemic, like when they reopened or something, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll just order a shower curtain online.
It's like they still have the outline of the words that used to be on there,
Yeah. Well, even
and you can see both logos.
my
That's
favorite
funny.
part, and I noticed this 100% living in my town I grew up in. I love how some buildings you can tell are abandoned Best Buys because of the giant Best Buy sign,
Yeah.
like architecture they have to build for it. Like that's the one we have a mall out in my hometown that's now dying, shockingly enough. And
well, if a Best Buy doesn't make it, that community's dead.
the Best Buy didn't make it, the Target didn't make it, the Sports Authority didn't make
Ah.
it, the World Market didn't
Get
make
out.
it. Yeah.
Don't live there.
No, and it was so dumb because I love going to Target because our Walmart in that town fucking sucks. It is the worst Walmart on the face of planet
Hate
Earth.
Walmart.
Just possibly at the same level, if not worse, than that one on Southern in Tempe.
Yeah, the one that we fucking hate.
Yeah,
because parking's a bitch.
That one sucks. That's the one that
It's-
its parking is like 5 cars wide, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 cars
Oh,
wide.
It's terrible.
But then they have a huge parking lot on the side of their building with
Why?
no entrances.
Why?
Yeah.
I hate that one.
It's got a shitty parking lot that's always smashed full of people, and every time I've gone in there, it's pretty much a fight or flight. You get to where you're getting, you get your shit, and you get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And because those employees do not want you there, and they are noticeably like vocal about this too.
You also cannot park there and then walk in the store or exit the store and walk back to your car without getting harassed by a tweaker.
I was going to say
it's impossible.
So it's full. It's full of cars and full of shoppers, but also full of homeless people, beggars, and people who don't even know they're on this planet.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that Walmart. You know, that's probably one of the companies who I would immediately. Nope, I don't want them in charge of
100%.
anything.
I'm glad we all
that store.
know that this Walmart is trash too.
Oh yeah, it's
that's so
awful,
funny to me.
awful. You know, this is weird. So Kansas has almost there's like 10 restaurants that are on one street. Like they're Mill Avenue, but there's just 10 restaurants that you have a choice to go to.
Yeah,
anyone thinking
it's like
Mill
your
Avenue.
downtown area.
Think of like
Is-
Sunset
No,
Boulevard.
their downtown area is a bunch of old buildings
Yeah.
that have been remodeled so that they're not abandoned.
So it's like the downtown of like a small.
Oh, it's like my
place.
downtown
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
And then across town is a street called Wanamaker, which sounds like Nanamaker, which is from Joe Dirt. But
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a maker.
and they just have 10 restaurants. And I used to work at one of those restaurants, and it was amazing because white people love off-branded Mexican food, and that's where I worked, and it was one of the busiest restaurants.
Dude, I do
because there was
love Mexican food.
only one other Mexican restaurant that wasn't off of that street. Like there are other restaurants, but there are, in people's houses, like
Yeah.
weird places. But there are like 5 Walmarts there.
Gross.
Well, that's like closer to where Walmart started, so that's the spread. That's the spread from the
There's a
epicenter.
Walmart
There's at
holds
least
us
3 for
back.
sure.
It keeps us from progressing as a society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that. I think that's the number one. Like Fortune 50, Fortune 500 stuff. I think that's the number one company. Is Walmart.
Of all the Fortune 500 companies,
Of all
there's
of them.
no way.
I believe so.
There's no way.
I
Pull
will
up the
check.
list.
But
It's got to be like Amazon before.
Oh no,
There, no way.
no.
you guys check. But I hate Walmart, and I tried my best to find a different source to find my product. I will spend, and I used to tell people this all the time, I go to Target, and I don't give a shit
It's
that it's
Walmart. I hate.
Followed by Amazon.
I hate this world.
Yeah.
I don't
damn
care
it.
that it's $2 or $3 more.
Really,
I
my
will
list
go,
says Exxon. Exxon's number 2. ExxonMobil. Sorry.
Why do
continue.
you guys have different things? Shouldn't it be the
I
same?
I use Bing.
Oh.
Are you on the Fortune website?
Nah, just the little
Well, from the source. Fuck you,
results
Bing.
that Bing pops up for you.
So do you use Bing purposely to not use Google?
No, but
was
that
for-
adds to it. I use Bing for the Microsoft rewards.
That was 2019 that you're looking at.
There's Microsoft rewards, and I didn't hear about this.
Oh, yeah.
I share my hacks with you. Why don't you share
Oh,
your
I'm sorry.
hacks with me?
No, dude, I've been using Microsoft Rewards for a long time, and you can do you get like points for just searching on Bing, but there's also like daily quizzes you can take to get more points. You get points for playing Xbox, and you can reward these points for gift cards. I have like $100 worth of Xbox gift cards from using Bing over the past year that I have not redeemed
Cashed
yet.
in yet?
Yeah.
Interesting. So how you have to teach me how to set this up? because
Yeah, I'll
I
show
will
you.
set up every device in my family.
That's why I'm on Bing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
I will set
making
up
money.
all of their devices to Bing with my account.
Yes, Tommy.
If you want to see the one of the weird parts about a free market society, 2019 pre-pandemic, Amazon number 5 spot,
Oh, I bet
2020
they climbed.
number 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense.
Like holy
Amazon
fucking
went
shit.
big.
Well-
and it was so... I would watch Bernie Sanders talk shit about them all the time, and I was like, I agree with you, Bernie, but I can't leave my house.
Yeah.
And they'll get it here in 2 days or less.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I was
like,
even gonna
fuck,
say-
they're providing a fantastic service. It's just they're a shitty company.
In like the last 3 days, 6 packages have come
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
to my doorstep. Like,
Yeah. I was actually surprised how little you use Amazon.
yeah, no, I don't use Amazon that much.
Yeah, and I was sad.
See, I use it for
because-
everything.
Yeah, you're both are on opposite scales because you use it for everything. Your chapstick came from Amazon, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
why don't you just buy chapstick?
Because if I go to Walgreens
fries,
or
like,
something,
you know, the
it's
little-
like $5 more.
That's dumb.
I shit you not. We
Yeah.
looked at this spray that I needed for my cat just to help her like have not dry skin. It was $17 at Fry's.
Yeah.
It was $6 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always that's why I go to so many different stores for different things.
Yeah.
Because it is harder for other stores to obtain things.
Yeah.
So Fry's,
'Cause they have a
they're
better
not
supply
a
chain.
pet store. They're not a pet thing.
Yeah.
So their shit's gonna be more expensive because it's not easy for them to obtain. And
It's
Someone
not if
should
you
tell
just,
that to
not if you
PetSmart.
just buy like the cheap dog food though. Like
I don't know. Fry's is always gonna be more because they don't have they're not used for that market. But their vegetables are gonna be way cheaper than if you went
Yeah.
to Walmart.
That is true. They're going to
And-
be better at least.
Yeah, better and most of the time cheaper.
yeah.
And just like Sprouts, the better quality, a little bit more expensive, but better quality
Yeah.
of the whatever.
The-
But I was gonna say,
Oh.
and you go to convenience stores, so Walgreens and CVS, so everything's
Those are
more because
drugstores.
they're convenience drugstores.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
open 24 hours. Like they're there for your convenience, and you have to pay for that convenience.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. If I go to Walgreens for something, I'm just like, I just don't want to fuck with the Fry's crowd, and I'm going to pay the convenience fee.
Yeah.
Of going to Walgreens and paying an extra couple bucks. But
And-
typically, if I order something, I price check Fry's, Walgreens, and then I check Amazon. And whatever one's cheaper is usually Amazon. That's what's getting
And
done.
Amazon has capitalized on being the most convenient, maybe not the most time sensitive because you could get it faster, but if you can wait 2 days or less, you capitalize on convenience and price.
As much as I hate Walmart, I do think that their Walmart Plus subscription is kind of dope.
What is that?
You haven't heard?
The
Have you
free
heard of it?
shipping and everything like
Well,
that?
it's like $10 a month. And it's like free same day delivery for anything.
Oh.
So
Wow.
like it's you know how like with Fry's you can do you can order online and go pick it up and they'll drop it
Yeah.
off in your car. Walmart essentially does the same thing as part of their subscription, but they will drop it off at your front door,
Yeah, so
which is
Walmart-
kind of cool.
I think, at least in Kansas, Walmart did it first where you can pick up your groceries. Fry's is called something else.
Yeah.
It's called Dillon's. They weren't doing it.
Gross, Dylan.
And yeah, because Midwesterners are really weird about their fucking names. So Carl's Jr. is called Hardee's because
yeah.
they
What?
didn't like it being called Carl's Jr.
Weird.
Same thing with Fry's. So Kroger is actually the company's.
Well, yeah, Fry's is owned by Kroger, and Kroger
Yeah.
has a bunch of different shit.
I have a card. Yeah, Kroger owns Ralph's,
Yeah.
Smith's, all this.
They own a
other
bunch of
shit.
stuff.
Kroger is the company,
And then they just have Kroger stores.
and then
They're
they,
Fry's.
they
Yeah.
basically, and those Kroger stores are in places where people were like, I don't give a fuck what the name is.
Yeah, and Safeway is also Kroger.
But
I think.
Midwest people,
I'm pretty sure it is because the gas rewards are the same between Fry's and Safeway.
That is, I'm gonna call incorrect.
Okay.
a majority of Midwest people
Because if that's
drive
true,
me
then-
crazy with how stubborn with stupid shit they are. Oh, it irritates my soul. Oh, I hate Kansas.
Or maybe I'm just thinking because you can use both Fry's rewards and Safeway rewards at Circle K. I assumed that they were the same because it's at the same gas station. You
Oh,
can
I
use
didn't know
your
that.
rewards.
Yeah, that might be true. Because I don't know, I've never done that, but they're not the same. Actually, I will give you $500 if in one guess you can guess who owns Safeway.
Can I get a hint?
Ooh.
Kirkland. Nah.
No.
Is it Albertsons or did Safeway?
Oh, Albertsons. Yeah,
Albertsons.
no, fuck, I knew that.
Yeah, I remember there was an Albertsons that was the main grocery store in my town for a long time. And
Yeah.
then Walmart finally built.
That's
a supercenter.
that's kind of the main grocery store in Globe, I think. Or no, it is a Safeway in Globe.
And there's their big fucking Walmart supercenter right there on the highway interchange.
I don't go there. It's scary.
I went there once when we were camping, and I had to buy a bunch of shit that was to fix a tent, and it looked like I was about to go kill.
That's funny. The only time I've been in that Walmart was also because I needed camping gear.
See,
Yeah.
yeah,
Where is this?
Globe.
Yeah. It's like right next to that hill where all the cows poop.
The minute you hit the Globe line,
Yeah.
it's like
It's
Walmart.
right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Once you transition from Superior to Globe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge.
When we came back from Sholo, we took a detour through Globe, and I stopped
I'm
at that Walmart
sorry.
because we all had to go to the restroom.
I'm so sorry.
And it was awful because they don't have front restrooms. You have to walk all the way to the back, and it is a huge fucking Walmart, and it's backwards.
It is huge and it's backward. Yeah, it's stupid. Everyone normally stops at the McDonald's. that you'd see as you enter Globe before the Walmart.
See, we always go through Payson because it's faster.
Yeah,
and
Payson is
fucking
better.
nicer.
Yeah, Globe makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, I don't like Globe.
I hate Globe.
Yeah.
And I like temporarily lived there a little bit. I fucking
Adam's
hate that place.
From there, and
I'm so glad he made it out.
me too.
Especially as he did.
But the amount
He
of
did good.
fucking times that he wants me, he's like, oh, when we go to Globe and we visit and we see this house, I was like, I don't want to see this old crack house. I don't care about these people.
There's no
or
houses
anything that live
in
there.
Globe. They're all trailers.
No, so he
They're,
has.
they're all double wides or they're trailers. Like,
if he ever listens to this, he's gonna be mad.
oh, that's fine.
But
he knows I'm right.
Yeah. So the house that he wants me to see is falling apart. It is like falling apart. There are holes. It's falling the fuck apart.
Yeah.
And he said, one day when we have all this money, blah, 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 and we sell these things, I want to knock down that house and then rebuild the exact same house the way it was. And I was like, for what purpose? I will never live there. You will never live there. Or we're living in separate houses because I'm never going to live there.
There are some nice properties and some nice houses, especially up in the hills of Globe.
Yeah.
But it's like,
It's one of those
it's not
houses.
a place you want to live in. Like Globe in general, there's nothing to do. The people are kind of shitty. You just don't want to be there.
Yeah, Globe is. I
an
always
awful
characterize
place.
Globe as like a truck stop that got out of hand.
Yeah, no, it's a truck stop that like grew kind of out of proportion, and now it's just a large truck stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's one of those weird
It's-
little interchange towns.
Yeah.
It's like,
He gets pissed when I talk shit about it, but I get it. It's your hometown. You don't want people to talk shit
Yeah.
about it. He very much views me as just a city boy, and I'm like, but I'm from country and city. Like, I've been to many different places, but he hates when I talk shit about it.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, is it bad there?
Well, Tommy, you grew up in Casa Grande, right?
Yeah.
And you know it's a shithole. I grew up in Pine Top.
Excuse me?
And I know, like, Pine Top's not great, and I know people talk shit
No,
about it.
yeah,
So,
look,
like, I don't care.
and here's the secret, everyone. 99.9% of towns and cities are shitholes. And if
Yes.
you grow up in them, you're going to think they're a shithole because you've seen the shittiness from the start.
Yeah, true.
I still really love my hometown. I'm fully acknowledged it's a shithole in some parts of it. But have you guys ever been there?
It's Casa Grande?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever
only
been.
ever driven through it. I have no reason to
We
stop
should go down there one day and just drive around and screw off for like an afternoon or
I'm
something.
down. Yeah.
Because
Do
there's
you-
some really nice little houses there. It's
Do
like
you
a
have
nice
to
little
go
place.
through Casa Grande to get to Tucson?
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
I've been there once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason I've ever driven through it.
That's what most people
Yeah.
think of Casa Grande is that because they all
How do you
recognize
get
the
there?
abandoned mall.
What
You just take the I-10 all the way down.
I-10 through like what cities does
Through-
the I-10 pass through?
It goes
Awatuki,
through-
Maricopa.
Well, yeah, if we're counting, it doesn't go through Maricopa.
Oh, it doesn't?
No,
You have to
the
go
I-10.
off?
Yeah, you have to go off it's on Queen Creek Road. I forget, it's like Highway 87 or something like
I
that.
like
okay.
Queen Creek.
Well, Queen Creek is...
Is it the same area?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Queen Creek
it's-
is that way, right? Like it's way more
Well,
east and south.
Queen Creek is still pretty south. Like,
Yeah.
but it's way southeast.
It's
Oh,
southeast.
okay.
Yeah, that's like Chandler Gilbert
Yeah.
kind of amalgamation.
I had
all
to
around.
drive out there to pick up the whiskey barrels for the planters outside.
Queen Creek
in
is super nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
But
That's where my Tia lives, in a huge fucking house.
Yeah,
is
so
it
it goes...
Tia or Tia?
In Spanish, it's Tia.
Yeah.
In English, I think you guys just say Tia, which
Because you're kind of using a TH, but it's very subtle.
because that's how you pronounce a T.
Anyway, it goes through, starting at Tempe, Awatuki, Chandler, and then it goes through Casa Grande.
Yeah.
After that, and then after that, it goes through. It's considered Eloy.
The border
Kinda.
kind of heads towards it, though.
It goes. Yeah, basically, you get off the I-10 onto the I-19, and that takes you to the border.
Yeah, yeah. I've been to Eloy as I'm headed to Mexico, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You have to drive through there. Eloy's like the shittiest little town.
Yeah.
from north to south, what is right above Tempe?
From north to south,
Is
Above
it
Tempe is
Scottsdale? Or is
Scottsdale.
it, it's Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, Arcadia. Like
Yeah.
Well, Arcadia is more north, isn't it?
it's a little more northwest.
So I used to
but-
work in Arcadia, and to me, I'm like, this is stupid that all of you guys call this Arcadia. This is just where Phoenix, Tempe, and Scottsdale touch, and all of you refuse to fucking pick a side.
Yeah.
Oh, it irritates me because in the restaurant, you would get Scottsdale people who are, I'm from Scottsdale. And you would get people from Phoenix who's like, just give me my fucking drink. And then you'd get people from Tempe who are just like, oh my God, this is so cool. You have dollar drinks. And I'm like, I want to kill myself. I fucking hate Arcadia because it's a pretentious way to be. Like, I'm from Arcadia. Like, no, which side are you from? Tempe, Scottsdale, or Phoenix?
Yeah, Arcadia, Paradise Valley.
Our cities touch.
Wait, so Gabe, what's like your hometown?
I was born in Modesto, California.
Yeah, but like, where did you grow up?
Phoenix.
Phoenix? Okay.
When
were you in Kansas? Like, what age?
From 20 to 24.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I was like...
2021.
I thought you were younger when you were there.
Oh, I was for a little while, but only for like less than a year.
Yeah.
And then I escaped and came here. So I've been here, I think, the longest.
Yeah.
What would you consider your hometown? Like, if
probably Phoenix.
Phoenix.
If I went to Modesto
what
to
part
visit
of Phoenix, or like actually like in
South
Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
South Phoenix.
Yeah.
The ghetto.
The ghetto.
Which is why it's so funny because
it's really not that ghetto.
I moved to
I mean, it's still
where I lived, no, but where I used to live, very much so. But so I came to high school in Mesa for a little while, and all of my little white friends I would bring to South Phoenix, or they would come to South Phoenix to visit or something. And I remember one of the girls, her like brother was just this really hardcore white person who to me is hilarious because I'm from the ghetto where people die. And this person would not get out of the car. Like,
really?
I got out of the passenger seat to go into my house, and they're like, okay, well, you can come up to the passenger seat now. And he wouldn't get out. He was like, no, I won't get out of this car until we leave this area. And I was like, dude, I walk these streets at night for snacks and for sex. But it's like, it's not a big deal for
prostitution.
me. But that's where like Adam and I differ, and he makes fun of me for it because he'll go in the middle of the woods and be content. I will be on edge because I haven't been out into the wilderness in a while, so I'm waiting for something.
Yeah.
Whereas I'll walk around in the city with no issue, and he is not comfortable. Because
I'm like a happy medium. Like, I enjoy camping. Like, I'm very comfortable in the woods, but I can also be in like a downtown area and kind of like be harassed by like some drunk people or like a tweaker and kind of like not give a shit.
Yeah. It probably both ways for me. I know there are times where I really miss Casa Grande.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I still have friends that live down there, so on weekends when I stay down there and stuff, it's just so quiet. Like,
quiet is nice.
It's just it's so quiet compared to everything. Like, you drive out, and like every time you get in your car, it doesn't have to be a shitty time.
Yeah.
Like, you can just kind of stroll. No one's really in too big of a rush. Some people are going too fucking slow, but that's the problem with Casa Grande. Is everyone in Phoenix, they all think they're 100 minutes late to whatever their next object is. Everyone in Objective, I should say, everyone in Casa Grande, it's all like older people, and like it's a big bedroom community.
Nothing but time.
Yeah, they got nothing but time. So if you go down the main drag, which is Florence Boulevard, that's like the main through the entire city kind of road, it's just people doing 35, 30, just
cruising.
Yeah.
So real quick, so I can turn this into my point. Do you ever miss Pine Top sometimes?
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's only because of like the forests, and the trees and like the things to do. I don't give a shit about the town. I don't give a shit about the people. It's just like where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I don't have a small town because I was just growing up in Phoenix and I don't remember a whole lot of California, other than I'm an adult now. But that's how I feel about Kansas sometimes because Kansas is their capital is just a small town.
Yeah.
It's just a small town. It is super quiet there to the point where no matter where I am in that fucking capital, I can hear the train. The like Greyhound train, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Not Greyhound. What am I thinking of? Amtrak. Yep. I can hear it.
That's how Casa Grande is. Yeah. Like everyone knows in the wintertime.
I can see all the stars. It's just quiet and people, they still have like bricks for some of their roads. Like it's
cool.
very common, like way more common than it should be.
Yeah.
And they will just replace them with more brick.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, so I take it back. It's not that I don't give a shit about the people in Pine Top. It's just like I do give a shit about like my family and like the teachers who are very important to like making me who I am today. But I mean, like, the quiet up in Pine Top.
Oh yeah,
is so nice.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you could just go chill on the back porch, see every single star in the
We
sky.
stay at
That's why I love
Shills.
and not hear a noise. Like,
Yeah.
it's so nice.
Yeah, we stay at the Shills house to nap.
Yeah.
Like that is our vacation, is so that we can go and sleep 4 days. And I was telling Tommy about this. All of my family members, we all take turns.
Yeah.
Like this trip, I'm sleeping for the entire time. Like I went and slept, I think like a day and a half. And then this last time that I went, my little brother Spitz, he slept the entire trip. The entire trip.
That's just a growing teenager
Yeah.
boy.
Another thing that makes sleeping there easy though is like, yeah, it's quiet, but also there's no like, what do you call like the glow that's in the sky from like city lights?
Oh, light
Oh, yeah.
pollution.
yeah. There's no lights. It's dark.
Yeah,
as
there's
hell.
no ambient like.
No, yeah.
Everyone in Kansas always asks me because I'm like, I live right by the airport. Like I can just go and get you if you fly in. And they're
Yeah.
like, how do you fucking sleep at night? But because where I live in South Phoenix, there's no real traffic, and when there are planes in the sky, they're still really high because of the mountain that's right there. But now that I live in Mesa, I fucking hear them all the time. But rarely
You hear planes here?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I only hear them when we're outside.
Never noticed.
Yeah.
I know I hear them through the window sometimes.
Well, yeah, I hear them when I'm outside, but
It's-
it like never keeps
There's
me
like
up or
a
anything.
certain pilot, I think.
Yeah.
Like who purposely flies real fucking low because his ex lives in this neighborhood.
No, it's the HOA here saying we got a brown one in
Yeah.
in that house. Go ahead and start flying.
Because it's just one plane sometimes. It's never like a routine. It's
Yeah.
just sometimes I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's an airplane that's, their wheels are touching the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of them I don't really hear. And I can't really hear no matter where I am. But it's just because you kind of get used to this constant noise you don't even hear it.
Yeah. you
Well,
just
I
get
don't think I've
conditioned
ever
to it.
noticed the airplanes, but like when I
You're a very
first
aloof person.
checked out this, well, I mean, like, not really though, because I've lived in Pine Top for a long time, and like noise, I'm very like keen to noise. And then when I moved to Mesa, granted I lived in a quiet part of Mesa, it was like very obvious to me that it was like, oh shit, I live by a road now, which was like new. And then now I'm here,
Yeah.
which is even more in like a suburban area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the apartment.
And I still don't notice. This is a very quiet neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The apartment you and me lived in, the planes just kept me up the first little bit. That
Yeah.
was the first time I'd ever lived out of Casa Grande.
I do remember, I
Like,
do
outside of
remember
3 months when I
hearing-
was a kid.
I do think I remember like noticing the planes in that place.
At that place, yes.
Yeah.
Especially while we were podcasting, because we'd be like, oh, if you guys
There
can
it
hear that, it's
goes.
playing.
Yeah.
Tempe, where I lived, was way worse because I was right in front of basically where the planes took
You were
off.
on a busy street too.
Yeah, but you didn't hear it too much in that
Oh, really?
apartment. No, that apartment, like, because the apartment
You
was
were in the
basically
middle.
blocking
Yeah, and
the
your
entire
room
street.
location was a good spot there.
Yeah,
too.
and it was just super quiet. And even the planes, like, occasionally one would fly super low to where it would kind of shake the window a little bit. And that was when, like, it would only bother me if I was, like, fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, oh, what's that?
They're bombing us.
Yeah. Well, because I'm always sitting there and, like, the minute you're fucked up and you hear a loud noise outside your window, your first thought is always, I got high during the fucking zombie apocalypse. Like, the worst fucking possible time,
Yeah.
I got high.
I will say, like, when I walk Storm around the neighborhood, that whole back part of the neighborhood, I'm so glad you live in the front, because I was like, oh, you live right by the gate. But they can all hear the highway.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I walk by their
Because
houses.
that wall,
and I
like
can
by the
hear-
highway, doesn't block anything.
Yeah, the
No,
sound wall.
I hear everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a good spot, and this house is pretty well insulated.
Oh, yeah.
Noise-
Very much. We can
Yeah.
we can barely hear each other when we're
Yeah.
yelling.
I just hear Tommy like moaning occasionally, but that's okay.
That's fine. It's the
Hey,
cats.
look, I got to do it when I masturbate, okay? Or else it just nothing works. No, we were talking about, he heard me playing Rocket League today
Yeah.
with Robert. And he goes, you're making some noises in there, huh? Because I was like when I play Rocket League, I'm constantly, like, I call it palsy. I go full palsy. My feet are all crimped up and everything, and I'm, like, turned with my controller, and I'm just like, just
Yeah.
making noises. And then if something happens, like I get like a free goal on someone or something, I'll like do a cackle, like, because I'm just way too invested into it. So he heard that, but we were talking about how me and Gabe were playing last night, and how I told you I was like, oh God, I hope Tanner doesn't hear me, because I was like, Gabe would like make a score like when I couldn't, and I'd be like, oh God, fuck Gabe, yes, yeah, Gabe,
Yeah.
like, oh fuck.
And I started making car noises because I was like,
I do that sometimes.
I
Yeah,
was like, come on. I'm better. Still
Yeah.
not good, but I'm better.
it'll take a while to be good.
You fucking you made me adopt something now.
What?
Anytime, like, I make a stupid move or something and hand the other team the ball and they blow it, like, it goes from me being like, fuck, I'm a fucking idiot, to being like, ha, losers.
Yeah.
Fucking losers.
Close one.
You piece of shit.
Oh, God, you with your fucking... I didn't realize you were such a chat fucking
Oh,
spammer.
I have a lot of fun with that. Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, I'm
especially
like,
when
how do
people
you
miss
get-
an open goal. I'm like, oh, close one. Or like I make a goal that I shouldn't make because they should have saved it. You know, what a save. Oh,
I love...
passive aggressiveness that comes from the quick chats.
Yep.
It's just so fun.
I love how quick chats have like two different meanings depending on the situation. It's fucking great.
And it's so funny because I watch it sometimes and I'm like, oh, everyone's being so nice to each other. And they're like, forfeit. And I'm like,
yeah.
why? You still want to play.
I also check which system the opposing team is on too, because if they're on Xbox, I can do like custom chat, and just like after the first goal, I'll be like FF, you know, forfeit.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. Oh,
God.
you never knew what FF meant?
No, because when me and Gabe were playing the first game,
Or I'll
we
prematurely say GG.
Yeah. No,
Essentially the same thing.
the
GG?
first game,
Good game.
Oh,
the first game us three played last night or 2 nights ago, whenever that was. We jumped into competitive immediately.
Oh,
Gabe
what a
hadn't-
mistake.
Yeah,
What
Gabe
a
hadn't played in
mistake.
years. I hadn't played competitive in a while. Tanner's the only one that had recently. And so we jump in there, and it's so bad. And we didn't have Gabe on a microphone yet. So it was just me and Tanner. And
We were yelling from across the room, Gabe, forfeit.
like, please forfeit.
Hit the
'cause
pause button,
We
go
were voting
click
to
on
forfeit.
forfeit.
And I'm forfeit. And then everyone in the chat was saying FF. And I'm like, what does this fucking mean?
Oh, see, I couldn't see that because I was on Xbox.
Oh, really?
No, I couldn't see anything except for
No,
the
I'm on
quick chat.
PC. So yeah, everyone was typing FF, and we're like, what the fuck does FF
yeah,
mean? They were
yeah,
telling us
it
for
means
because we
forfeit.
got fucking bodied. Like,
Oh no,
8
it
ago.
was like 7-2
It-
at
Oh,
the end
that's
of the
right, yeah.
game.
it was awful. But
It was
I
2014 World
and
Cup
I was
scores.
just like, huh. So that's the go button. Okay.
Yeah,
And
you were
then-
still figuring shit
So
out.
when him and I are playing, practicing, trying to get me to be better, I'm like, he's like, go for it, Gabe. And I'm like, I don't know how to turn fast. And he's like, oh, you push the X button. I was like, oh, they do things? The other button does a thing? Because I'm so used to like, A is go, B is back, and that's it.
You can map them however you want too.
Yeah.
If you're more comfortable with something else,
I have
you
my
can-
power slide set to left.
We can
bumper.
switch the controls for you. Yeah.
For those of you who can't see me, my jaw actually dropped because
Oh.
that's fucking insane. I can customize where the buttons do.
I think someone dropped mayonnaise under the table over by Gabe.
Oh, gross.
Oh, sippy.
Ew, I just got that. That's gross. Anyway,
Hey,
we'll-
fuck you guys,
we'll-
okay?
We'll update you guys on my Rocket League adventures.
We'll
next
get
week.
you ranked, and we'll start the next
I
episode
can't
with
wait.
what your rank is.
To the next
I can't
episode.
wait for next week because next week we'll do one more episode, and then Spitz will get to play, and I think Spitz is probably better than us. Well, better than me for sure, but
I'm curious.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how good he is.
Because I saw one of his recordings and a shot that he did.
Yeah.
He was driving the ball on the wall
and
and then
better than me.
hit it.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, shit.
I can't dribble.
He
Yeah, I
hit
can't do
it
that.
off the wall and then jumped his car
Yeah.
and then boosted it so he hit the ball back into
he
the
did
goal.
a fucking air dribble. All right,
Yeah.
all right, Spitz.
And I was
Little
like,
sweat.
that is amazing,
Doing
Spitz.
fucking esports NRG
Yeah.
bullshit.
And he's like, yeah, so I have to do that shit to keep my team up afloat. And I'm
All right,
like,
so
that's
I need
amazing.
him. I need him to carry me so that I have better ranks than all of my friends.
He could probably physically carry you too, because he's a big. fucking
probably.
kid
I mean,
now.
I'm not a big guy.
I'm
You're
only
getting bigger.
True.
I'm only good at offense and like enforcing. That's
Yeah.
all I'm good at. Because
I'm
I play
much
with
better at defense.
well, I played with Robert earlier.
Yeah.
And Robert is really good at defense. And so I'm like, if you just want to stick by the goal, because he's like, every time he gets out into the middle of the field, he's like, I'm going to go back to the goal because
Yeah.
he gets really nervous. So I'm like, if you want to stick by the goal, I'll run offense. We'll do doubles.
Yeah.
And just do that. And we were fucking mutilating people.
Nice.
I'm talking, we went 10-0 one game.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad. And I was like, oh my God, like this is the
We are
perfect matchup.
gods.
I was like, join my club, join my club.
So whenever Tanner can't play, or if he's busy and Robert can play, I would like to play with you and Robert.
Oh no, he doesn't like you.
That's fine. I'll make him
kidding.
walk and he'll do it.
He really likes you, actually. He probably likes you more than I do. Or likes you more than me, I should say.
But if he plays, because then he'll be goalie, I don't have to worry about it. Because when it's just you and me and we're playing 3 versus 3, The other person is never goalie, which makes me have to be goalie. But I would like to be better at the other shit too.
It's nice to play with somebody that's like very offensive, and then another person that's very defensive.
Yeah,
because then you can just kind of like fill the other roles, and like once you figure out, you get some game sense. You understand the rotations. Like, goals come easy, saves come easy.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, even when we played,
and I need to figure out a better way. I'll probably fuck with my buttons because I figured out you can change how you can see, whether you can see the ball or not.
Yeah, ball cam or not.
And I would like to keep changing that because there are times when the ball is above me or behind me.
Yeah, there's times you don't want to be in ball cam.
Yeah, and I want to switch it because I can't see either of you and I always hit you.
Yeah.
Always, every time.
Yeah, we did have a lot of like friendly fire going on.
Yeah,
in our previous
because I
games.
can't see, but then I realized I could change it. But I'll do that, and then I'll try to better like communicate like, I have a shot, so I'm going to now leave the goal and go for it because I can hit it. But usually I would just do it, and then both of you would be right next to me, and I'm like, oh, hi, guys.
Yeah, and that's
right
bad. You never want to double commit or triple commit for that matter.
yeah, and the like as we were playing, like you definitely carried us, but
I'm a champion. What can I say?
let's settle something right now. I set you up for a lot of those.
Oh no, you
Yeah.
you initiated every
Which
offensive play.
I felt like was
No,
a
you
really
were the
good,
passer.
a really good
Yeah.
matchup. If Gabe liked defense more, if we had someone like Robert who was just like decided I'm just going to be a goalie, that would have been the perfect like combo for those games. So Gabe, you just need to get really good at defense.
Well, no, see, like how the rotation should work is Tommy like takes the ball up into the corner and gives like a drop to the middle for a pass shot.
We played.
And then I can like go for it. If I miss the shot, you rotate, Gabe, and take the next shot, and I rotate back and go on defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like that's kind of how the rotation works. It's like pass shot miss, rotate defense, pass shot miss, rotate defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we played
Until you score at least.
against this team, and these three people were amazing. We gave them a run for their money, but they won every time. But I noticed that one of them was queuing up the ball, and the other two would sit in front of the goal and launch their cars at the ball to get it in the goal, and it worked almost every time. So I started smashing their cars.
Yeah, people who that's why I do it. That's why I get the enforcer title every time. Is the minute I see someone going for a ball or anything, my mind automatically says take them out so someone else can get the ball and run. Yeah, those are the guys that we were playing. We actually won a bunch of those games too.
Oh, we did? Okay,
yeah,
good.
because remember I was like
I
all
didn't know if
fucked
they were
up, and I'm
the
like,
same
we're winning. No, but there was a bunch of those guys who in replays and stuff, you'd watch them back up and pop up to tee the ball up for someone to come in and zoom and push it. I'm like, God, like these guys have a fucking plan.
Yeah, systems are fun. Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing 3v3, but with just two of us. So we were mainly hitting other clubs and stuff.
Yeah,
that's the only people that we could get into games with.
Yeah,
and so it worked pretty easily.
I want to isolate you saying systems are fun.
No, they are, because I mean, like, there's a lot of different strategies you can.
Hello, children.
There's a lot of different strategies you could use.
Do you like accounting at 4 years old like I do?
Right. But okay, so we'll update you guys on how good or bad I get on Rocket League. Do you guys want to say goodbye?
See ya.
Tommy just
fuck them kids.
okay.
Yep.
Anyway,
True.
thanks everyone for coming to Loft Mountain. We'll see you next time.